Your level of anger and misery is at this toxic place that is unfathomable to most.
That's true.
So the idea that Larry
I've
David...
never been happier. Because when I was growing up, I hate with the phone on the wall and stuff, but there was 4 channels. Mm-hmm. And Seinfeld acts like he's so great. There was only 4 channels. Seinfeld sucks. Seinfeld sucks. It sucks.
You don't like the show?
No, there's like 3 good years. Like I never watched it because I was, we're out doing stand up, and then for years I didn't have cable for some reason. Then we got cable, so it's on every night here at 11 o'clock. Mm-hmm. So
you watch the reruns now?
Yeah, so I usually get early spots now because I don't want to fucking be out at 11 o'clock and get pushed in front of a subway. So.
Or get your teeth slapped out of your hands.
Yeah, so I like to be home. So I'm home and I watch it, and it sucks.
You're not a fan.
No, it's like if Jerry Stiller's in it, it's good. But when it's early Seinfeld and late Seinfeld, it's like Three's Company. Because people are like, listen, when it's good, it's good. I'm not gonna lie. Like some episodes, you're like, this is because Gino Bisconti, that piece of shit, he's always telling me like,
right.
You're wrong and blah blah blah. But then I watch it, I'm like, I try to have an open mind, but I'm like, so many episodes, I'm like, this is so unbelievable, not believable that like how it's just. But people literally get duped. They go, they're convinced it's great, and they just buy it. They buy the fucking.
Do you like
drink the cola?
Do you like Curb Your Enthusiasm?
I don't watch it. I don't believe he's like, man.
It's dumped.
One step ahead of you.
No, it's
I only say it because I know everybody who works who's in charge.
Yeah, it's okay. We got quick fingers tested there.
But like I can't. I don't buy it.
I get that. But again,
everybody was asking me what I said. Or no, everyone's asking me what I said yesterday on Jim and Sam. I just said, I think I just said Jew. I don't think you can say that. J-E-W, you can't say that. And I wasn't saying it. I was just saying it emphatically. Like he's a Catholic. So you can't say someone's a Muslim or a Hindu or Catholic or Jew. So and people are sending me DMs like, what did you say? I was like, I don't even, I think I know what I said. I actually told him to take it out because, listen, Howard Stern's is a JEW. I guess I shouldn't even say it because we get, but I mean, I know everybody in charge there is there. Listen, show business is run by, Jewish persuasion people. I don't know if they go to temple. I don't know if they go to temple every week. I don't know if they have meetings. I don't know if it's like Borat says where they can shape shift and everything. But the point is that it's like, yeah, you shouldn't say that. So, but that's all. But the fact that you can't say that on a Sirius satellite radio program is a little something, right? That you can't even say. Like I was obviously like saying it in a derogatory way, but like I'm still just saying.
Did they stop to clarify? Do you mean that in a derogatory way? And
no, I said you guys probably take that out, and they go, "We're way ahead of you."
So they use the delay, the like 10-second delay. Do they have that on satellite radio?
I guess because at one point I saw Norton push a button for something else I said. I only remember one thing. But then I said, when I said that, I go, yeah, you guys should dump that. Yeah, you guys should probably bleep that. And they go, we're way ahead of you. So I was like, okay, good. Good. But the fact that you can't say it, and then who knows what you could say, but the fact that you can't say what a person's religion is scary. But to be fair, Jews are like, it's not just a religion. It's also like, it's a way of life, So it's not like, I think Catholic used to be kind of like that. Like, oh, he's a Catholic, which meant like all these bad things. And, but now people don't really say that. It's more, but Jew is like, if you're a Jew, it's kind of like a race and a religion.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you cleared that up, because that was the first thing I was going to ask you, was what they dumped you on Jim and Sam. I figured it was either an F, an N, but it ended up being a J. So there we go. J's the magic letter tonight. Did they just take out one word? They took a whole chunk out. So, well, first of all, they're in like contract negotiations right now? So I'm sure having a guy like you screaming Jew on the radio is probably not going to help their case. So I'm sure they were pretty on top of it over there. I think Travis is the one who runs the dump button over at Sirius. But yeah, they clipped the whole part. I was listening at home, as I'm sure a bunch of other folks were, and it just kind of like disappears from the conversation when they clip it live.
Do you like Curb Your Enthusiasm?
I don't watch it. I don't believe he's like, man.
It's dumped.
One step ahead of you.
No, it's
I only say it because I know everybody who works who's in charge.
Yeah, it's okay. We got quick fingers tested there.
But
no, but like I don't buy it.
But I get that. But again,
it's a good show, though.
I know Larry David.
But this is perspective, though, Kevin. Like, you have to understand that, like when people are going like, yeah, I'm kind of like a miserable guy and I'm mad. Like, your level of anger and misery is at this toxic place that is unfathomable to most.
That's true.
So the idea that Larry David...
I've never been happier.
the idea that Larry David would have to live up to that level is crazy.
Well, the thing is, here's the thing about Larry David. When I worked, before he started doing Seinfeld, he was a bad comic. And I used to work at the Improv The Door, and if the show went long, I would get on.
Right.
And if Larry David was on the show never went long, because he would bomb every show,
right.
and then people would start to leave and whatever. So I always kind of resented him for that.
I see.
But he was funny, but he was not even close to a good comic. And so I know back then he was
a writer.
No, but I know back then he was miserable. He was like suicidal. So he's drawing on that. But I don't, it's impossible to buy that he's like,
what if
whatever.
What if that's the thing, that even through all this success, that kernel of misery has never been cured?
Okay, that's possible, right? But it's like it's impossibly for. I just don't believe it enough to spend any time on the show.
I waited years to watch it. I just started watching it. Maybe 2 years ago I watched it. It was actually really good. I avoided it. I never cared about it. And I watched the whole series. I ripped through. I was like, fuck, someone convinced me to do it. It might have just been a year and a half ago. And I'm like, fuck, it's funny. Like, a lot of it, even the shit I didn't laugh at, I was like, structurally, I was like, fuck, man.
What's the show that you like?
Also, when I lived in LA for a couple of years, and I wasn't doing stand-up, and I watched all these shows, and people were like, you have to watch the show. So I started watching Breaking Bad on
it's a great show
on Netflix, and at first you like get hooked in, but then you're like, and they drag it out. There's too many, and then this happens and then that happens. But, it reached a point where I'm like, he's not sick. I just saw him win an Emmy, so I couldn't really.
All right. So they just take out a chunk, right?
It's the old dump button, man. It's like once someone says something, there's a timing to it, and then they hold the button for as long as you talked, and it basically just cuts that segment of broadcast out. And then it just does a quick copy and paste slap job where it puts in the restart. Does that make sense?
But if you do it, they have is a 10-second usually delay. So if you go on like some sort of tirade, it's longer than 10 seconds. They usually have to cut to commercial. So if you ever want to like really fuck them up, just keep saying it, and they'll run out of.
But I'm saying that when they hit the dump, they're taking out. They have a delay, so once they do it,
basically what that does.
They just
is
keep the button down until I'm done with that part of the conversation.
Well, basically, because it's not actually going out until it passes the guy with the button, right? So he's listening. He just cuts out that little part, just like we do. If
But
something,
he said it's a 10-second delay. So
exactly. But they only have 10 seconds because I've heard in terrestrial radio, when somebody goes off on like a long tirade, they run out of delay. So they just have to like cut to.
No, but I'm saying like if I start talking, I say a bad word, they hit delay. So they're 10 seconds. They go 10 seconds back from what.
Well, as soon as you stop talking, whatever non-bad words you say go back on.
And then they just release it. They keep it down until.
Well, it hasn't been released yet. There's a 10-second lead time. What's happening here hasn't gone out to the people.
No, but
yet.
I'm saying if I say a bad word and they hit the dump,
right?
They're going back. They're not just hitting it from when I said a bad word, right? They're going back 10 seconds, right?
Yeah. They're listening back. They don't have to do it in real time.
No, I'm saying, but like if I say a bad word right now and they start hitting the dump, they're going. It starts right from when I said it, or it goes back 10 seconds. They start.
No, it starts from right when you said it. That's when they hit the button.
Right,
so leading up to what you said, you go like like while I was talking to that, and like that is the point where it stops.
Just the word. That's it.
All right.
But this is that was like old school FCC regulation was the reason why they had that. They don't really have to watch that anymore on satellite, but I think they're just worried about you going off the reservation and saying something really crazy on satellite radio.
Yeah, and I was pretty much, I mean, I was not even. It's so weird because I was saying, like I was kind of late getting there.
You were late.
So,
you were late.
So I didn't have a soda. I wanted to get like I had a little 5-hour energy before that. But when I got there, I was like, I said like, hey, can I get a soda? Because I know they have sodas right down the hall, or they used to. You get a can of soda, it take like 15 seconds, and so I asked somebody before I went on air. I go, can I get a soda, like a Coke or a Pepsi, just for caffeine?
They didn't have They didn't have breakfast waiting for you there. They should have had breakfast laid out for you. That's what they do for
like
they do it for Colin Quinn. They bring him breakfast.
Yeah, like a French toast.
They didn't do that for you?
No, fuck no. Oh, bleep.
How toxic am I?
Super toxic.
Right.
I mean, unfathomably.
Mildly toxic.
Mildly.
Mildly
Are
toxic.
You mildly?
Mildly toxic.
What does
What does that
very
mean?
toxic?
What does it mean when you say, Jim, you can leave, seriously, but what does it mean? What does it mean when you say I'm toxic? Like I'm not trying to start a fight. Like people will avoid me, or I'm just bad news.
Like a dark cloud, like negativity. They're like, there's something that doesn't feel right in this room, and you're like, oh, Kevin just walked in.
All right, all right, yeah.
But the point is, it's your brand. You've branded it.
It's fun, right?
It's fun. You're having a good time.
Yeah.
You're cultivating an audience through it.
Right.
It's to be respected.
Yeah.
All
right, thanks, guys.
All right,
I'll see you in a couple years.
The band is back in place.
Have a good one.
Goodbye.